And we are back at the next episode of my Old School Essentials solo RPG campaign. Last session, we had the party, or well, the halfling, listen at this door. And he heard that there are, well, he doesn't know how many, but we know that there are 4 orcs in there. One of them is a leader. It's a bit stronger than the others. And we stopped here. They have not decided what they want to do, if they want to maybe jump these orcs and kill them here, or maybe just move on and leave them behind, hoping that they will stay in this room for a while. So we have to find out what they are going to do. And for this combat, I'm going to prepare the battle map and be right back. And as you can see, I have set up the battle map. We can see that the orcs are like distributed throughout the room, and the party has lined up in a 2-row formation, 2 columns, whatever. And the door is still closed, but Artis and Vinces are going to try and push it open now. They both have a 3 and 6 chance. Let's see if they can open the door. They both do. So they take a bit of a running start, let's say like 5 feet, 10 feet, and then they just push open the door. And I'm going to increase the chance for the orcs being surprised from 2 and 6 to a 3 and 6. They are surprised. So the first round, the orcs stumble around trying to find their weapons. I guess they carry their weapons since they aren't sleeping. Yes, for the map. My artistic skills are rather limited. So these are the pillars. And then you can see the map here as well. These are the pillars. These are some sleeping bags. These are smaller things here. These 4 big ones are the pillars. There's a door to the next room, which is closed. So stuck. All right. The party gets in, and I'd say Artis and Vinces, they end up here. They crash through the door. And the others, they start from where they were. All right. Movement first. So Artis moves with 40, meaning I guess they will just go on the closest. So both go and attack and take care of this one. Okay. Yeah, Lennon, the leader, he moves with 30. He gets that's 10, 20. I think he will stay here. And he has a hand crossbow. So he will shoot that one. Now we have Thunder. She moves only with 20. So she only, I think she will stay here behind that pillar. Now Argith, she moves with 30. 10, 20, 30. She will stay here. She also has a hand crossbow. Now we have Rendar, the retainer. He moves with 20. He only has a spear, so he'll probably throw that one first. He gets to here. No, he gets to 10. He gets to here. Now we have our mage. She can move with 40, but she will stay here in the corner. Like, she only has the torch. She doesn't really take care in combat. Her spell, her sleep spell, she will take for really serious situations. And then we have our halfling. He moves with 40 as well. So he moves 10, 20, 30. I'd say he moves here, and he'll shoot his crossbow as well. But he will go last because they are... crossbow has the slow property. And then we have Jara. She moves with 30, 10, 20... I think she will stay here. So now most of them will shoot first. Let's start with those. Argith, she moves, she shoots with a hand crossbow. They are all in like short range, so she gets a +1 bonus, and she will attack Orc 9 first. Orcs have an armor class of 6, so we have to roll a 13. But Argith gets a -1 to missile attacks, so that +1 is... that like short range +1 is negated by that -1 for missile attacks. But she hits the orc. Hand crossbow is a d4 damage. And she kills Orc 9. She rolls 4 damage. Orc 9 is dead. Instantly, 1 orc dead. Alright, next one will be Lennon. He has a hand crossbow as well. He gets that +1 because he has a 0 for the missile bonus. So... he misses. Next one is Rendar. He throws his spear. He has a 20 feet range for like short range, so that is not enough. He doesn't get a +1. He shoots on the leader, Orc 1, and he hits. This spear does 1d4 damage. He deals 4 damage to Orc 1. He's the leader though, so he has 8 HP. And the rest doesn't have ranged weapons, or is... Yeah, I think the rest doesn't have ranged weapons. So we just... stop. Alrighty, since the orcs are surprised we didn't roll it like initiative, that means I can just handle Ever's crossbow shot as well. He would go last, but since the orc don't get their turn, because they are surprised, we can have Ever shoot. He shoots Orc 1. He is in optimal range. He gets a +1 from his stats, so he has a +2. And he misses. Alright. And then we have the melee situation down here. Artis and Vince's against Orc 5. They both have a melee +1. Artis, he hits. Barely hits for... They both have a short sword, so they roll a d6. He deals 1 damage. Let's see if Vince's hits. He doesn't hit, so Orc 5 takes 1 damage. Alrighty, next round. Let's see who goes first. Red are the Orcs. The Orcs go first. They have gathered their wits and they are going to attack. If they see that, when they see it's 9 people against them, 1 has died already. With the leader around, the Craven trait doesn't work. Like it is disabled, they will still, so I guess we roll a reaction roll and see what they say. That's a 4, that is very, very low. So that is unfriendly, may attack, and I'd say they killed 1, they are going to attack. So the orcs move in. They will take, well, I guess they will take the smallest target, which would be Ever. So this orcs gets here. Orcs move with 40, so that's 10, 20, 25. And Orc 5 is kind of pinned in, so he's just going to attack like one of these 2. Okay, so those 2 attacks on Ever. His armor class is 6, so they have to roll a 13 to hit him. That's an 18. That is bad. Orcs attack with the d6. And Ever goes down. Let's see if he succeeds his death saving throw. He has to roll a 13 or higher to survive on a d20. And he rolls a 20. Wow. He survives. He's on the ground. I'm going to determine later what his condition is, but for now he is he's on the ground, but he's alive. Orc 6 is not going to attack. He can't because he's not close enough to Argith. Orc 5 is going to attack Vince's on a 1, 2, or 3. He attacks Vince's. Vince's has an armor class of 5, so the orc must roll a 14. He rolls a 1. Good, that leaves Vince's with 4 out of 5 HP. Alright, and now it's the party's turn. Yeah, they are going to surround Orc 1 and 6. Randa is going here. The leader is going here. Jara is going here. And then I think Thunder is going to get here and attack that orc as well. So they are going to go melee. Ever is on the ground. I'm going to turn him upside down. And the others are going to attack the orcs. Let's start with Randa. They have to roll a 13. Rendar gets a +1 for melee attacks. He misses. Lennon misses as well. Then we have Jara. She misses as well. Wow, that's really bad. And then we have Argith. Wow, she misses. So they all miss. And then we have Artis. He misses. Vinces. He hits for 2 damage. Orc 5 only has 1 HP left. And Thunder is going to attack as well. And she misses. All right. Next round. Red are the Orcs for initiative. They have initiative as well. I'm going to give them a morale check. They have a morale of 6, 8 with the leader, and everything higher than that, they will surrender or attempt to flee. So if it's 8, if it's 9 or higher, then they will surrender. It's a 10, so they surrender. Even though they have brought 1 down, they still have 8 against them, and they only brought the halfling down. From their point of view, that's the weakest, and the rest is surrounding them, so they will surrender. So they take the weapons of the orcs away. The cleric, Thunder, she will take care of our hurt halfling. Or, well, not only hurt, he is actually badly hurt on the ground. He's bleeding from a wound across his chest. I just made that up. I have a table, but I didn't print it out, so I just made that up. He has a gash on his chest, and Thunder, she has some like healer gear, and she's going to wrap a bandage around it, put some wound balm on it, and since it's a new day, Lannon will use his lay on hands to give 2 HP back to Ever. He only has 3, so that is already 66%. This, like the gash is bandaged by Thunder, and I guess Ever will continue with the party, though he will remain in the background for now, seeing how this turns out with his wound. And then they're going to interrogate the orc leader, and since they have cut down Ever, this time the lawful characters will be less inclined to let them to leave them alive, because killing someone, that is probably the worst thing you can do, and well, it's usually paid with the same price. So we'll see about that, what happens. But they ask questions first, and he is going to reveal, he's going to be asked why they are here in this compound. And he's going to tell them, let's say like the chieftain that is with them, not the chieftain, but the captain of these orcs that are here in this compound. He's been tasked by their chieftain, who is with the tribe to the north in the swamp, to scout out this ruin as a outpost, or maybe like potential lair, because the swamp is getting dangerous, more dangerous by the year. There are some really bad creatures in there, so these orcs want to move into this compound. Wanting to establish a new outpost isn't a bad thing per se, but the problem is that they have taken these hostages, and that puts them in a bad light. So party will not just leave, like they want to get the hostages, and well, the orcs won't give them up freely or that easily, because they like to take slaves. And that's pretty much everything that the leader can reveal to them, that he knows that the other orcs they interrogated earlier didn't know. I think one question that could be asked would be how long they've been here, and the leader will answer they've been here for a week, and that the hostages came here a few days ago. Alrighty, so the last question that we have to answer is, what will they do with the orcs? We take the oracle again, chaos factor 6, and I think it is likely that they will kill them. Like, they took the hostages, now they have cut down Ever. He was healed, it isn't too bad. Lay on hands made it better, magic. But still, we're going to say there's a 75% chance that they will kill them. That's a 45, and that means they will kill them. So they gather their things, and they put the orcs to the sword. I guess the orcs didn't think about that. They are all dead. That gives 40 experience to the party. And then they will see what is inside this room. And we also don't know, so we have to determine that. Let's take the table. 1d6. That's the 6, and that's the trap. Let's see what kind of trap. We have a room trap, so that's a d10. That is an 8. So we have a swinging beam. Okay. Since the door is only stuck and not locked, I guess the orcs have been there, so the chance is rather likely that this trap has been triggered. We have a 75% chance on the oracle before. Chaos factor 6 likely is 75%. Well, the trap has not been triggered. So I guess there are, again, somewhere in the room, there's a pressure plate or a few pressure plates that make a beam come down, swinging from, I'd say, here. And then it swings and reaches up to, let's say, here. So this is the area where the beam is dangerous. Let's say the pressure plates are, maybe there's one here at the entrance. And maybe there's one here. And then one here. And one here. Why ever this trap is here, we don't know. Might be that there was some treasure in this room. Might be some other stuff like knowledgeable, like valuable information, stuff like that. The party has their formation. There is and it's usually the dwarf in front with the elven leader. So they get a 2 in 6 chance to find a room trap. The door is stuck. So Artis and Vinces are going to try and push it open. They have a 3 in 6 chance. None of them manages to push it open. That means maybe there's something behind the door, or it's just so badly stuck that they just can't get it open. They have closed the door here. There was this door here, so the noise is kept inside the room, and they're going to try again. One of them manages to push the door open, and they don't instantly enter. They have seen enough traps to let the dwarf check if something is happening, or if there's a trap. So the dwarf is going to look into the room. Let's see if she finds it. That's a 4, so she doesn't find it. She takes a step into the room, and she steps on the pressure plate. Nothing happens for now. She feels, though, that she stepped on something, and that something lowered into the floor. And she tells the party that she stepped onto probably like a trigger for a trap. Alrighty. They look around, and they all have a 1 in 6 chance. Like usually, like if you're not a dwarf, or I think they are, or like a Durga, you have a 1 in 6 chance to find a room trap. So I guess the elf steps in. Wen comes close, so there's some light, and then he's going to get a check. 1 in 6. He doesn't see any traps, but he also didn't step on it. Alrighty. So what they're going to do is they are going to just go out of the room, and then Thunda is just going to jump. She turns around on the spot, so she doesn't step from the pressure plate, and then she just jumps out of the room. And as she jumps off the pressure plate, they hear like a click, like a loud click, and then a beam comes swinging down from here to here to here, maybe 5 feet wide, huge wooden beam. Nothing happened, and the beam will then stop in the middle of the room after like 1 or 2 minutes, and then just remain motionless there. So they trigger the trap, but nothing happens. As the beam comes to a stop, they look around, and they indeed see a few boxes and chests, but they have all been opened, and they check the chests, and they are all empty. That takes them, I'd say, the entire thing with opening the door and then the trap and everything takes them like another turn. So they have to spend, like, it's 4 hours now inside the dungeon for them, and they have just finished the 4th hour and they have to rest, and they do that, especially after that small scare here with the trap, and then they will continue. They check the entire room, haven't found anything valuable, and the orcs only have like standard weapons and they don't need them. I think this is a good time to end the session. We had a fight, they found out some valuable information, why the orcs are here, and the leader also implicitly confirmed that the hostages are here. Like he said it from like on his own accord. He wasn't asked after the hostages. And in the next session, we will continue with dungeon exploration, going further into the first level and see if we can maybe finish the first level in the next session. As usual, I thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed this episode, then subscribe to the channel and like the video. And I'd say see you next time. Bye bye.